Hey everyone, this is Walter, here once again with more posts I found on Reddit. Nice guys are those men who insist they're very nice while often insulting women. I don't like long intros, so let's get into it with nice guys from Reddit. These posts come to us from Reddit Nice Guys. Sarah, I know that you probably get hit on by a lot of random dudes, and that you are annoyed by it. But I still hope that you read this message. You have a really inviting smile, and it seems that we are interested in the same stuff. I don't want to be creepy, but somehow I just had to write this message. I would be happy if you would reply. If not, I respect your decision. Regards, blank. P.S. Saw you on Facebook dating. It's like he thinks anything he can do to stand out is good, but that might not be the case here. I would also recommend not calling your own behavior creepy. Holy shit. Why didn't you just send this message on Facebook? Because Facebook is harder, and I thought I would love to connect with you. Definitely creeped out. Sorry about that. Not my intention. You could have just messaged on Facebook. Instead, you most likely found me on Facebook, and now you know my last name. And then found me on here. Or did it go differently than that? Either way, you took the anonymity and choice from me, rather than send me a message and hope I answer. Word of advice, don't do that to anyone else. It doesn't prove you're eager, it proves you're a little weird. He's at least trying to jump to the front of the line or something. Would remind me of Russell Greer if he Venmo'd her $2. That is your opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion. A matter of the fact, I have gotten women before, reaching out to them this way. You can think any way you want, and I am sorry you feel that way, but you are dead wrong. Have a good one, and again, I have success doing this. In fact, you are the first one to react this way. It is kind of funny you are giving me advice. What you could have done is said no thank you and move on, but instead you decided to be mean. Thank God you wrote this message. Saves me time. LMAO? Okay, dude. It is not okay, dude. I can send countless messages where it worked. Maybe you should readdress when a guy approaches you with just the desire to know you. Maybe that is why you are still single. I'm sorry that you're so hurt that I was direct, not mean. Maybe that's why you are still single? Obviously the approach isn't working for you. So yeah, she's right, and this approach is going to creep women out the majority of the time. He can't even follow the basic rules of Facebook dating, so good luck with him and boundaries. He definitely learned nothing from this experience. Bet he'll go on to complain about how women hate nice gestures and victimize himself. He really thought other women love it when I find them on Facebook dating and stalk them into their Instagram DMs so you're the weirdo was the way to go. We can be very sure that other women didn't love it either, but they might have been too creeped out to call him out directly. He just took, "You're, too nice for me. Let's not meet. Please don't stalk me," as it worked. Right? If there are so many women that it works on, why is he bothered by the one, as he says, that got creeped out by it? Yeah, out of all the shit that didn't happen, this approach working all the time is what didn't happen the most. Love the instant escalation from "some women have not been creeped out when I reach out this way" to instant, "actually, you are the only one who has not been happy about it." I think it's safe to say that this way of approaching women has not been going so well for the dude. Literally. And how is this all my fault and why I'm still single? Actually, I'm single because I have boundaries like these. LOL, this happened to me once with a guy on Bumble I rejected. He found my Insta without me telling him, and when I asked him how he found me, he said he searched my name at 4 in the morning and scrolled through a lot of profiles. How does that not seem incredibly weird to them? Like something you wouldn't want to admit to, but they just don't care. Okay, this next one's from a few hours ago, so there's not a ton of comments, but it's so pathetic. Communication? Communicate to me what is going on. I'm so confuzzled. I am not an alcoholic, but I cannot be sober when I'm this anxious. Please communicate when you can. I can't tell if we're friends or if you want me to leave you alone. FML. I wish I wasn't your plan B. I wish I was your plan A. Disregard words, drunk. You're wifey material. I would keep you around because you're neat. Do art with me or whatever. I have a scar on my elbow that looks like penis. Wow, this guy needs to put down the fucking phone. He is not good at this being drunk thing. And I'm kind of an expert. I even make my videos drunk sometimes. But this guy is impressively incoherent. I fell o skateboard. Timigo. Need friend. Drunk and stressed. Thanks for not communicating shit. Have fun fucking the guy who played you. Have fun with your boy issues. I was looking at buying a car to see you, but fuck that shit. Been trying to find him a stepmom forever, but I guess I'll keep looking. Wow, poor kid. Has to put up with his father trying to use him as a prop to get laid. What a fucking scumbag. Open my snaps. You'll see what I mean. It's nothing flirty or insulting. I just got you something. Gonna go hand it off to my sister, but still. I told my sisters about how fucking cool I thought you were. Hell, we even almost had a date planned. But then you went and ignored me. Didn't communicate jack shit. After saying you would call back. Ghosted me for a whole ass day. And then fucking cuked me. I was concerned about you, and then you gave me a really good reason not to be. Good luck finding a guy who wants more than your body. I wanted you for your art. Yeah, so it looks like he bought her art supplies. I'm sure it's relevant to her interests, but what a stereotypical nice guy thing to get her at the end of the day. Because, bitch, I paint too. I thought you actually wanted me. Not a relationship, but I thought you were at least considering it. Sorry for thinking that highly of you. I guess I just can't compete with your ex. The scar that looks like penis bit cracked me up. Why did he write that? Probably because he thought he could use it to ask her if she wants to see his actual penis. Sadly, this is the most likely reason. Wow, it just keeps going. If she's not replying after all that, it should tell you something. This guy doesn't fuck. Okay, this is the only context we have. For context, my friend's random friend is starting hitting her up out of nowhere. I don't think anyone should answer someone as being this incoherent and annoying. And the trying to guilt with a picture of a child, that really annoyed me. God, this is embarrassing. I would want to sink into the ground and vanish, reading these once I got sober. Damn. Ghosted me for a whole ass day is wild and insane. Those psychos are so allergic to their own company, they can't babysit themselves for 5 minutes. The scar that looks like a penis reminds me of Just a Robot's "Wanna See My Cock" and then sending a chicken. You know, let's just get that conversation going. Okay, let's move on. I'm skipping most of the conversation for this one because I didn't find it that entertaining. But it looks like the dude melts down at the end. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, do you got more selfies? I don't really take full-on body pics much either. Very rare. Most I do is probably a video of myself, and it shows the fit and everything, but usually I just do selfies. I'm just asking if you got more selfies, basically. I do, lol. Type shit. Can I see them? Maybe? I really only took them for myself and the guy. Threesome. JK, JK. I troll like that, ignore it. Nah, but I'm just trying to see and shit, like... Type shit. I won't be weird or none. So, can I see now? Aight, ignore me, I guess. Add me back. Let me apologize and explain something deep. Well, duh. You're being weird, and I'm seeing someone, so... What do you want? Now it's obviously time for the devil to shiver. Shut the fuck up, pussy. You unadded me after weeks of ignoring me, over me asking for a selfie of you. Some basic ass shit you want to throw away a friendship. That's some bullshit, and you should get that checked out. If that's what you do to all your friends after small shit, you probably don't got no friends anymore. Just saying. That shit is weird. First you leave the server abruptly and fuck over 2 RPs we had, and not only that, but other RPs you had, and other people you said you'd RP with that were waiting and down to RP, asking you ideas of what you want to do, and you didn't respond and just left. Don't know where you get the pride and audacity from, like you're her or something, but that ain't cool. Shows distrust when someone abandons shit so quickly. Definitely wasn't even because you were busy, because you're literally online every fucking day on here. I see you. That's how I could see you ignoring me. You were pressed that you kept getting pinged, like you're supposed to, when me and the other person was asking you to respond to the RPs. You probably didn't want to in time, and wanted to do it when you felt like it, so you just left. That shit's weird. Then made up a cover-up for it. It's aight, though. And yeah, you're not gonna ignore me for weeks while seeing my messages the whole time, then be the one to unadd me whenever you feel like it. LMAO. Nah, fuck you think you are. And then of course he unadded her. He feels like throwing this tantrum was getting the last word for some reason. Is she not allowed to revoke consent to RP? She just has to be forced to interact with every weirdo who wants to? Oh god, the RP circles. I've only heard the tales of some of the weirdos residing in them. Big you can't fire me, I quit type shit. Yeah, I've met my fair share of weirdos in RP groups. I don't mind most RPs, but dude was pretty persistent. First of all, dude is a dumbass. I don't even need to explain myself. Second of all, you probably didn't want to in time and wanted to do it when you feel like it. Excuse the fuck out of me for thinking people are entitled to the luxury of indulging in hobbies when they feel like it. You're not entitled to showing up every time someone feels like you should be there. It's disgusting for him to imply that just because you wouldn't RP on his timeline, that you're not a good person or friend. Type shit. Oh, and apparently he's black. I think she's saying it's funny because of the Trump profile picture. Ugh, this is exactly why parasocial relationships freak me out. That dude right there in your screenshots. Like, you're barely showing a fraction of who you are online, and you don't owe anything. Okay, so finally, Lucas Werner is crashing out on Facebook for the first time in a while. Let's see if he says anything that makes him sound like a nice guy. That's kind of like saying, let's see if the sun rises in the morning. Friends with benefits. You see, it's such a redundant term if you ask me, because if you were a friend, we'd both have those benefits. We're not friends. What we are is acquaintances. So what, he thinks friends have to be sleeping together now? Avoid this man like the plague. You say we're friends. Now that's a little different from you were her friend while you were both single. If she was your friend, they'd be making out in a nice little cozy area somewhere. That's the moment when she truly becomes your friend. The word you're looking for before that point, no matter how casual and free, is acquaintanceship. Okay, yeah, I guess we're redefining the word friendship here. Reminds me of this Chiodos song I used to always listen to. The worst kind of woman will awaken a man's love with no intention of loving him. Not his lust, not his acquaintanceship. His love. You know the thing. She intends to become his girlfriend and isn't loving towards him. Oh my fucking god. If my videos prove anything, it's that it's impossible not to awaken a nice guy's love sometimes. This might be controversial, but a ripe brain doesn't fully form until you're 24 years old. But you don't pick a banana when it's ripe. You pick it when it's almost ripe. I completely see why women date much younger men. Now can we have some parity for a man who wants a weed-smoking friend with benefits? You see what I mean? Beauty has biases when it comes to smashing a fly versus smashing a newly formed butterfly just out of the cocoon with wet wings. If you know what I mean by smashing those wet wings. I mean, I'm certain he's talking about sex, but I don't get the reference at all. There's this misconception from women who aren't overweight, that plus-size guys hate plus-size women more than anyone else on the planet. But it's funny because like 99% of the time, heavier guys are dating big women because that's what they can get, since most women hate weightier men, and that's your problem. A lot of thinner guys will date overweight women because more cushion for the pushin', but those same standards aren't applied to heavier men by women who aren't heavy. Well, I guess at least he stopped saying more cushion for the pushin' about himself. That wasn't pleasant. Far too many classist women. Guys will date chicks who live in homeless shelters. Talk about a moral divide. I feel like this is almost just a Lucas-specific problem. Like if I dated a homeless woman, I'd move her into my place so she wouldn't be homeless or living at the shelter. However, yes, Lucas would have to leave her at the shelter. I wonder why they don't like that. Anyway, I think that's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them while the video's new. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more Reddit content and other shit I come up with. And finally, big thanks to my amazing patrons who actually give me money every month. It really helps me out. I'll probably be back to cover Lucas at some point, but I'd like to see a bit more of this play out first, so I might be covering Reddit again next. We'll see. He got catfished again, apparently, and is just as gross as ever. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. And bitch, I paint too.